advantage of the hospital district. And so we need to make sure that that's not possible. A couple of Sea Org members not counting on anybody noticing their activities. But we can't have them trying to lure people in. Because obviously if they could, they would take advantage of all of the pain and misery that is happening in this area to try to lure people into a cult where they would get more pain and misery. And they'd lose all their money too. So, and the funny thing is that the way that this organization that claims to be dauntless and defiant and all this crap, shattering suppression, as soon as they see somebody filming their activities, they run like little cowards, because they know that their BS cannot stand up to any scrutiny whatsoever. As soon as they get some scrutiny, as somebody's watching what they're doing, then it doesn't work anymore. The whole scam doesn't work anymore. So, you know, that's what we're all about, is making sure that the scam doesn't work anymore. And it's really funny how all they need to see is one guy pointing their camera at them, and they abandon all efforts of cult recruitment. I mean, it used to be they'd get in your face, they'd get violent or threaten violence. And my friend, sorry, sometimes these messages just disappear, and I haven't figured out how to get them back, so I don't see them until the next message. But yeah, the people up ahead, I just talked them out of trying to recruit anybody through the use of having a camera pointed at them. That's all it took. One little camera, and they're like, okay, tail between the legs, we'll go home. So, thank you for making me feel dauntless and defiant, flubless and flawless. You guys have really boosted my ego today, and I appreciate that. So now we're coming to the place that shows us what the world would look like if Scientology were able to take over. A 1920s camera, that would be funny. Oh, there's the famous Roy. That guy has been famous on the Scientology Watcher Network for probably well past 10 years, maybe even 20 years. I don't know, it's kind of incredible. Just riding his bike. And apparently he has suppressive people in his... Roy Rodriguez, your son misses you. Your son misses you. Do you miss your son back? Do you reciprocate that emotion? The internet wants to know. There's all these people asking. Your son, Sebastian, he says hi. Do you have any messages for Sebastian? Maybe some sign language so they don't catch you? See, in Scientology, cutting off family members is a religious ritual of the highest importance. It's very important. What is Scientology? Scientology is that dude going around on a bicycle, unable to answer questions about his estranged son. That's what Scientology is. So, in case you want to come in and find out, you don't have to. You can just watch it on the internet and find out more than they'll ever tell you. They'll tell you just what you pay for. They won't tell you more than that. It's pay to play, right? Pay to play at Scientolo gay. Now that wouldn't be anything negative to many people, but for Scientologists, look at this. Here's the world that Scientology wants to create. It's very clean. It's very clean. Backpedal once for yes. I love it. Yeah, it's very clean. It's spotless. I mean, it helps when you have indentured servants who you can send out here to clean between these bricks with a toothbrush. Will improve the cleanliness level. There is no question about that. Also, no parking anytime. Both sides of the street. It's a very special street, right? Because other streets do have parking, but this is a special religious street. This is where religious things happen, where deep contemplation, meditation, where people achieve enlightenment, where everybody is flubbless and flawless and dauntless and defiant, shattering suppression, except, well, there aren't that many of them, because imagine any office building anywhere in the world that has all this stuff, all this, and hardly any people walking around. Isn't that interesting? It's like, and from what I heard, in order to have even fewer people walking around, they purchased a bunch of these houses, if not all of them. I don't know the full story. You know, I'm always spitballing. Don't quote me in any academic journals. But you see, all this blue, all the blue, and then across the street down there, blue. All this stuff, and I believe these buildings, which are probably mainly empty, all Scientology. And every now and then you get a few stragglers like crossing the street, hoping nobody videotapes them. Actually, I should have been watching back there, because those people are going to probably try to go and hit up the people visiting their children. I mean, Children's Hospital has 3 buildings back where I found those people. So a huge percentage of people there are people that went to visit their children in the hospital. Okay, that makes it easy for Scientology to find their ruin, right? Because in Scientology, you give them a personality test so that you can find their ruin, and that is your leverage for selling them on Scientology. right? And just like I was talking about yesterday in my video about Scientology love bombing and love bombing in general, right? It's the same as any kind of narcissistic relationship. Scientology is a narcissistic cult. And so any kind of any kind of narcissistic relationship tends to begin with love bombing, finding a person's vulnerability. In Scientology, they call it your ruin. The average narcissist doesn't necessarily call it your ruin. They don't have the highfalutin lingo of Scientology. But nonetheless, it's your ruin. And so they find your ruin and they use it against you. And so you see all these people only a billion more years, then you're done. Then you can take a vacation. 1 billion more years and then you're done. And then you get to go to Hawaii. Beware the volcanoes, though. Those volcanoes are very soul-sucking. One billion years. It's hard to imagine 1 billion years, but these people, they signed up for it. 1 billion years. Cheers to 1 billion years. Hip, hip, hooray. We love volcanoes. Yeah, volcanoes are really good. I mean, my only issue with Xenu is the overkill. Because overkill, here's overkill, okay? You shoot people's hearts up with glycol, whatever the hell that is, some chemical crap. And that stops their heart. And then you fly them. Now, why couldn't you have, I don't know, maybe cremated them back in whatever planet? I forgot the name of the planet. Oh, damn. But if you just cremated them, couldn't you have taken the ashes to the volcanoes? Or would the souls have detached from the bodies due to the cremation process? But then again, don't the souls detach from the bodies when you have, just when they die, when they shoot that glycol into their heart? I don't know. There's so many unanswered Xenu questions. And, excuse me, why did they need to dump the dead bodies in volcanoes in order to then capture the souls later? The internet wants to know, please. See, they're very secretive about Xenu. They don't like talking about it because it's very spiritual information, and if you find out too early, they're just worried about you. They're just protecting us from getting pneumonia, because if you learn about it too early, you will get pneumonia. I mean, this is not just some bullshit, not at all. This is real science-ology. Okay, you can hear it. It's right in the name, so there's no question about that. And man, that guy, that's Angel, right? Yeah, he is so missed. He is sorely missed in Hollywood. I know, the volcanoes weren't even there, yes. OT3 is when you learn about Xenu. Yes, the minor detail that those volcanoes did not exist at that point. Any comment on the volcanoes in Hawaii not even being there 75 million years ago, thus disproving the Xenu story? Any comment? No? Are you flubless and flawless? I think you are. I think you are. Flubless and flawless, dauntless and defiant, isn't that the words? Hey man, it's your PR. Just trying to replicate it. Any comments on Xenu? Any comments on Xenu? People really don't like commenting on Xenu for some reason, and it's very curious. One achieves clear by realizing that you create your reactive mind, so just quit doing it. There you go. Now you're clear, okay? You're clear now. So you can give me 10% of the 50 grand that it would have cost you. Just send it to my Buy Me a Coffee account. And what is Xenu? You're new. Oh my God. You need to watch South Park, the Tom Cruise in the closet episode. And because basically 75 million years ago, the evil galactic warlord, emperor, whatever, Xenu, was facing an overpopulation problem, as one does. And any comment on those volcanoes not even existing in Hawaii 75 million years ago, thus disproving the whole Xenu theory? Please just clear it up for me so I cannot be enturbulated about Xenu. It would really help. You create your reactive mind. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Now you're clear. You're clear. You create your reactive mind, but you don't have to anymore. You could just stop. Nobody's making you. And so then they brought the, I guess, dead bodies, or I don't know if they were semi-dead. Everybody misses you in Hollywood. The other Hollywood, not this dystopian Hollywood. And the real Hollywood, where there are humans. Xenu loves you, yes he does, because Scientology tells you he doesn't. Xenu is your friend. Actually, L. Ron Hubbard was channeling Xenu, unbeknownst to him even, but he's just such a spiritual dude that, no, of course, they're not OT3. How are you going to get to OT3 making $47 a week? That's impossible. It just doesn't financially work out whatsoever. So, Xenu is the galactic overlord. They're Satan. Yeah, but the thing is, secretly, as I have revealed in other transmissions, L. Ron Hubbard was channeling Xenu the whole time, but he didn't know it. Xenu was playing on L. Ron Hubbard's ego. Such a slave trap, yeah. They're working hard to learn about Xenu. They're working hard to not learn about Xenu, more like it. Yeah. Oh, sorry about the stream quality. You know what happens? They kind of mess up the stream quality around here. There's like really bad reception around here. And I believe that is quite on purpose. So I'm sorry about that. But yeah, you'll notice with a lot of the streamers, sometimes when you get to Scientology places, all of a sudden it's a really bad signal. And I've noticed that before around here. Yeah, sorry about that, but you know, We all have to make sacrifices. You know, they have all kinds of crap. They have ways to make you not pay attention to them. They have ways to make you not want to defy their dauntlessness, their awesomeness. Okay, so this is the ideal world that would exist if Scientologists got their way. And you might notice that a lot of the life on this street is just basic civilian non-Scientology traffic. Most of the action on this street is people going from building to building. The Continental Liaison Office of the Western United States, man, they are into such BS, like medals and what do you call it? Oh yay. We got some of those people that don't want to come out when somebody's here. No, I was never in Scientology. I took their test twice, and the first time I took it, I had no idea what the hell. And sorry about the low res, you know. Yes, the reactive minds of the slaves. So I took it when I was young. Both times I was young, but I took it in Germany, actually, when I was traveling around. And then a few years later, I took it again. But when I took it the second time, I purposefully answered everything the most psychotic way possible. And it was really funny seeing how they handled me, or attempted to handle me. Because I went in with 4 other people, and I was obviously the ringleader, you know, and then I came up with the most psychotic test results possible. Like every question I just answered with the worst possible answer you could come up with. And so, you know, they kind of, like a good salesperson, I mean, if you have a bunch of people, you get the person who is going to sabotage you making all the other sales. You handle that person first. Either you sell them and then everybody goes with them, or you split them from the group. And, you know, that's another way. And so, you know, they couldn't split our group up, and we weren't going to start doing it. We all knew we were going there for a goof. So, yeah, that's my big involvement. But I have been very nerdishly following all this Scientology drama for the last 15 plus years. And so I have... Oh, well, this is Hollywood also, but yeah, I will be going there. I plan on going to various buildings today and doing a little bit here, a little bit there. Last night, oh my God, they were out there. They were by Hollywood and Ivar, where all the management goes. And how's it going? Flubless and flawless, dauntless and defiant. See? That's what happens. You get dauntless and defiant and flubless and flawless and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, if you work really hard, you could be like that dude. So, you know, start saving those shekels, people. Okay, because it's going to take you quite a bit to get to his level. Okay, it might be millions until you get to that level. Yeah, Streets was at Hollywood and Ivar, and just by waiting out in front of the building, All these people just stayed in the building and they were afraid. What's Scientology afraid of? Wouldn't that be reactive mind stuff? Having that fear? Running away from a little camera? Not even being able to talk to people? How about let's have a little debate? Just tell me how it's so awesome. I'll tell you how it's not, and we'll see who comes out on top. He's going to spray his hands with sanitizer when I'm out of view. Yeah, look at all this sanitizer. Well, the thing is, in Scientology, you have the thing of these body thetans, right? So most Scientologists only know about regular thetans as opposed to body thetans. So they don't know that there's a whole other level of thetan, right? So regular thetan's like a soul, basically. I'm sure they would have some distinction, but it's basically a soul. And body thetans are evil, alien, demonic cooties that you need to get off of you. And yeah, most people that dealt with anything having to do with them have a negative opinion, definitely. Because, I mean, what's going to be positive? The only positive thing happens in the beginning when they do the most basic stuff that's also a part of psychology or whatever. And, you know, people get their little wins. I mean, look, some people don't have a close friend that they can talk to. Some people have never done any form of therapy. They only have superficial relationships. They've never had a deep, probing conversation. Okay, so anything that they do that approximates therapy is going to be a revelation to some people. And so that, you know, so they go in and they're like, oh, yeah, I never tried therapy. Oh, this is therapy. Okay, yeah, that was interesting, right? But they have no context. Because if you've ever done anything in terms of therapy, in terms of, you know, seminars, whatever, any kind of emotional processing stuff, or just had a friend that called you out on your shit, okay, and that you guys had each other's backs and you had deep conversations and you probed the meaning of life and whatever. If you have that, well, then you have about 75% of anything that is good in Scientology. And if you've never had that, you go to Scientology and you're like, oh my God, I had a deep conversation. They talked about my pain and my life. And I was, you know, like some people, they have been in horrible relationships with their parents, but then they've been guilted into never saying that. Right. Yeah. Ask them why they pulled it in. Why are you guys pulling in all these SPs all of a sudden? Exactly. Because that's the thing in Scientology. If you get abused in a right? It's you got to figure out, well, what past lives did you do that to somebody else? So that's why it happened to you. That's what happened to Danny Masterson's victim. Oh yeah, they all alienate themselves. And so, you know, it's all, I have another video, it's called It's Always Your Fault, or It's Never Scientology's Fault, something like that. But that's the whole thing. It's, Scientology's all about heads I win, tails you lose. Scientology's all about everything for Scientology, right? And you come last. Of course, in the initial love bombing phase, then, you know, you're gonna feel good that like they're giving you all the love bombing. See, that's the look of freedom. That's the look of spiritual bliss. Spiritual bliss straight ahead. That's what spiritual enlightenment looks like, ladies and gentlemen. See? You too could reach that level of awesomeness. All it would take is like a couple $1,000,000, a few decades of your life, no big deal, right? Scientology's pulling in a lot of SPs these days. Why is that? Why are you pulling this in? There must be a reason. Somebody needs some word clearing, I think. That's my theory. Do you think it's word clearing? Or do you think it's the Xenu story getting out? I don't know. I can't decide. It's hard to decide. There's so many theories about this. And, you know, sorting them out is very complicated. All it takes is a cell phone these days. Okay, these are people that are calling in certain types of threats. I'm not even going to say the word because then they're going to say that's what I did. And, I mean, they're calling the cops every day for nothing, just making false police reports. And if you feel like calling the LAPD at all levels, but especially the Hollywood division of the LAPD, it's on Wilcox, Google it, and just say, why are you guys sending like 7 cops, 3, 4 police cars every time Scientology makes a false report? Why are you doing that? I saw yesterday on the internet, somebody posted all these pictures of different events, and one of them had some, I don't know if she was the police chief or what she was, but she was like a high-ranking cop, and she was posing with Danny Masterson. She had her hand on Danny Masterson's shoulder. Has Danny Masterson been declared suppressive? Well, if he had, they'd probably be very proud to tell you yes. So I guess that means he hasn't. Danny Masterson. Anytime you think of Scientology, you need to think of the R-wordist, Danny Masterson. It's a very important thing to put those two together in your head, because it clarifies issues a lot. It's very important to do this kind of thing. Because yeah, what should the repercussions be? What should happen if somebody calls in a false police report? What should happen? I mean, what would happen if I called in every single day and had police come to my apartment and say, I heard somebody mumbling outside my window that they had a GUN or something like that. What would happen if I called every day? You think the cops would just be like, oh, that's cool, yeah, there's nothing we can do about it? I doubt that. I doubt that a lot. The thing is, they would be pissed. They would be threatening. They would say, if you make one of these calls again, we're going to arrest you for making a false police report, for misusing the 911 system. That is a crime. Misusing the 911 system is a crime. Misusing the 911 system is a crime. It really is. And you guys are the arch villains of that crime, of that whole category of crime. You guys are it. You guys are awesome. The advanced it's very advanced in here. It's very advanced. This is the advanced organization. This isn't like if you're barely, anybody. This is if you're super advanced. Are you advanced? You must be advanced. You're the queen of advanced. That's so awesome. I'm so jealous. I wish I was advanced. Dauntless and defiant. Flubbless and flawless. Remember that exturbation is a high crime in the Sea Org. Exturbation. Refrain from exturbation. You want to be advanced? I want to be advanced. Yeah, you can restream me. Just quote me. Davey Mismanige. I ain't the only Davey mismanaging things in the world. Look at this place. Look at these. What was that shiny happy people? This is the shiny happy people building. I am clear. I'm clear about a lot of shit. I'm clear about this bullshit. Clear only means that you have come to the realization, the clear cognition, that you create your reactive mind, so now you can stop clearing it. So, yes, I'm clear. I am clear because I have that cognition. And according to Aaron, that knowledge, the clear cognition, is more secret than even the Xenu story. That they don't even tell you what you got right when you say the clear cognition magic words, and you pay 50 grand to get there or something. No, I am not 5'1". I'm more like 6'2". But I'm kind of a little bit opposite of our friend Davey. Davey and his awesome space navy. We're all so proud of Davey because Davey has the spaciest of all navies. And let's see, is Tom Cruise clear? He better be. Why? There's nothing to be careful about. You're talking about announcing my height. I'm standing out here with 87,000 cameras filming me. They know my height. They know my weight. They got a DNA print. I'm sure. I am not ex-Scientologist. Hell no. I have only participated in a couple religions in my life, and Scientology has not been one of them. And the funny thing is that there are things in Scientology that I do agree with, like reincarnation. I mean, 25% of Americans believe in that. You could see my fingerprint. Oh, I get it. They can see. Yeah. Friday is going to be out of control. Yes. Yeah. Hey, thanks for the thanks. Thanks for all the comments. It really means a lot. I'm trying to get bumped up to over 1,000. So anybody on here who has not subscribed, please subscribe. It really makes a difference. And the more subscribers, the more I get to do this. Does Masterson give you money? Yeah, that's a good one. Thank you so much, Polkaroo. I like that. Yeah, he stole ideas from Mormonism. He stole ideas from Sigmund Freud, all kinds of stuff. If you see Master Batterson, oh my God, I love that. That is amazing. Master Batterson, what are your crimes? Isn't that a good one? Master Batterson, right? So, you know, if you look up there, drop my coat for a second, you can see cameras all the way up there, right? This is a security state, okay? There are also cameras in a lot of these. And I mean, there are just so many different types of cameras. When you think that you've found them all, you find another one. What am I protesting for? It's fun. It's good for me. It gets me out of the house. It gets me walking. It's good for cardio. It's good for, yeah, it's pretty much a tomb, totally. And basically, to the person who said, what am I protesting for? It's totally like North Korea. Absolutely. The way I look at it, right, isn't it kind of like North Korea in there? Honestly, really. I mean, they probably speak less Korean, but whatever. Oh, also trees, yes. Yeah, all religions are a cult of some form, but most of them will tell you what they're about. They won't tell you, oh, if you learn that Jesus died on the cross, you'll get cancer, right? They're not going to tell you that. But if you give us like $500,000, then we'll tell you the story about the cross. That would be the equivalent. The thing is, the way I look at it, the world is changing. People are waking up from all kinds of crap. And it's like, if you're going to be a part of that transformation, you got to just start somewhere. And where I start is just what interests me, what nerdishly gets me excited about life, you know. And for some reason, this whole Scientology thing just does it for me. I don't know. That's why I call it nerdish, because, you know, it is really like kind of a weird thing. And, but it's like the whole vibe around it, I look at it as a microcosm of what's wrong with corporations and governments, other religions, all kinds of stuff. It's just a microcosm. And, oh, you didn't know what it was. Yes, Scientology, exactly. Scientology, the weirdest, freakiest ass so-called religion that's actually just a scam. Do you love Scientology? Do you love it? Can you confront suppression when you find it? So anyway, it's one area. Like some people, oh yeah, she's doing it. North Korea, yay! You know, some people are put their efforts into the environment. Some people put their efforts into Yesenia Vargas. She's advanced. She must be advanced. So why is she pulling in me speaking to her? That's so weird. And why does she look afraid when she should be loveless and flawless? That's what I don't understand. What's the fear? Why are you so afraid? Why is she so afraid? I am a harmless guy. I'm just trying to get... Ooh, weed smell. Weed, somebody's... And it ain't me, I promise. I would proudly say if it was. but somebody's smoking somewhere in the vicinity. Oh, here we go. Yeah, 1970s. Well, my thing that I have talked about 70s film, it's like Soylent Green. Okay, I am going to end this transmission in a second. Yeah, it's like Soylent Green. I mean, you have all these homeless people outside, and then you have this one building where people unalive themselves that looks beautiful. And Narconon, yeah. Golf, hiking, hell no. You know, look, even if I wanted to do golf, which I wouldn't, or hiking, yeah, hiking definitely. There's really nothing I can do about any of this because I have no powers over my behavior, because Scientology is just pulling me in. And I don't know how they do it. I don't know why they do it. But I am just being pulled in. It's a kind of manifestation deal, and they're manifesting me. So it's weird. But as it stands, you know, the thing is with walking around here, they, you know, you do more walking than you know. Soylent Green, yeah. I did a short that was exactly that. Soylent Green is made out of people. I did that over at the other the testing center. It was fun. Anyway, where was that camera I just saw? Oh yeah, there. I love these cameras. These look really awesome. Anyway, I'll be back from another location very soon. Thank you.